Hi, I'm Alec Baldwin, and I'm so grateful that Turner Classic Movies asked me to be a part of this project. I'm a big fan of the network, so I jumped at the chance when I was asked, what movie star would I most like to have a conversation with? Well, I thought it would have to be somebody I admired, somebody we hadn't heard a lot from recently, somebody who was unusual, somebody who had a diverse career, if you will, somebody who had not only acted in films, but produced and directed and wrote their own projects. And I racked my brains and I racked my brains and I thought, who would the TCM audience most like to hear from? Adolphe Menjou? No. Marjorie Main? No. Ashton Kutcher? No.
The thing I love about movies is the peace of mind knowing that I don't have to be perfect the first time. I can be perfect the second time or the third time.
You need to be perfect here the first time.
Yes, I know that.
Now, I'm writing a book, and I didn't want to write the book, but I felt like I had to write the book. Did you feel the same way about the books you've written?
I wrote a book because I wanted to talk about my search for art, an actor, being an actor, what is acting, what is the best kind of acting, and my search for love.
You met Mel
backstage.
In the miscast production of Mother Courage?
Yeah, I did.
The shows I was miscast in, they didn't lead to anything good.
And I remember my first reaction was, Saturday Night Live. I was like,
now, when you're in the comedy environment in New York, everybody knows everybody else, and we didn't know Eddie.
I'm here to see Reggie Hammond.
I think the initial name for, in 48 Hours, he's Reggie Hammond, right? I think his name was like Willie Jackson or something.
Willie Biggs.
And he wouldn't do it.
Willie Biggs.
That decision tells you all you needed to know about Eddie Murphy. He was not going to play the typical black guy the way it was written before.
Yeah, I think, you want to put a character who's from Detroit in this kind of elite world of Beverly Hills and see how he reacts to people that he doesn't normally come in contact with.
You've been hanging out with this dude too long.
He twisted it in such a, a funny way that he created these funny moments. I remember a moment when there was a guy in a leather suit walking down the street in Beverly Hills, and Eddie just turned around and laughed at him, and that got a huge laugh from the audience. Something you never expect, and there was no dialogue, but just Eddie has this infectious laugh.
In the very beginning, out in the streets here, I decided to start a journal, so that if something was to happen to me, my children would get an insight as to how my life was like out here.
He's got a gift for telling his own story. He's got a gift for describing the world as he sees it.
With the time I had left, I am writing down all my experiences in spiral notebooks. Got 8 filled so far as a testament as to how I lived, that maybe my kids can read or just have, and as a memorial to all of those I have known who are gone and completely forgotten. When you are homeless for a long time, you are already halfway vanished, and when you die in the street, the land of the lost souls is awaiting. A pauper's grave, the 50-cent funeral, and then you really vanish as if you were never born. But for the time being, I remember the forgotten. It's my shrine. And in my street notebooks, out of respect for the dead, I capitalize their names.
What I like about the rural lifestyle is it's a bit less rushed. We know who our neighbors are. Our neighbors know us. I think this is a great place to raise our children.
So do you think we got enough chicken feed put up?
I'm married to a nurse. I have 2 children, Katie, who's 6 years old, and Josh, who's 4 years old. We have a small farm outside of town here. We're raising some cattle, pigs, turkeys, ducks, geese, sort of a menagerie.
Well, there were statements that came out of the Nazi Party headquarters in Germany that said that if you were German of origin, no matter where you lived in the world, you are still considered a German, and your first allegiance was to the Fuhrer and the Nazi Party in Germany.
You can't swear allegiance to something that's opposing your own citizenship. If you have an American citizenship, you're an American.
A gentleman named Fritz Kuhn led to the leadership.
Kuhn set himself up as America's Führer. He was certainly well known as being one of the most public anti-Semites, bigots in the United States.
I guess he was trying to make everybody a Nazi.
This woman, the end result was she probably has uterine cancer, endometrial, squamous cell, cervical, not quite sure, but there was a big, big mass in her belly. We were able to explain to the patient and to the two daughters that this is in fact bad. It's probably cancer. It's going to get the best of her. What we're going to do is help her feel better. We gave her some pills, Benadryl for sleeping, some Tylenol for her pains, gave her some gummy bear vitamins. She got a power bar from me and a granola bar from Ginks to help a little bit of nutrition, but our message to them was to get her to drink as much as possible, keep her comfortable, and that's what you have. And they actually appeared to be very, very grateful, said thank you and yes a lot, and smiled that they finally got the truth. That was a sense I got from them. They finally got the truth that something was not good. So. Okay. Okay. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. Bye-bye. 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 Bon chance. Okay. Can't really help her live, but sorry. In some way make her last days a bit more palatable, I guess.